Hello and welcome. I invite you to step away from the noise of our busy world for just a moment. Come with me on a quiet journey into the heart of nature. Here, in the great wild places of our planet, a remarkable story unfolds. It is a story of connection of life and of a delicate balance that sustains us all. We often see nature as separate parts. A mountain here, a forest there, a river flowing by. But in truth, they are all part of one magnificent system. Each element works in harmony, creating conditions for life to flourish. Let us begin by quieting our minds and opening our senses. Our journey begins high up, among the great mountains of the world. These are the silent giants, the sentinels of our planet. They stand against the sky, their peaks often covered in a blanket of pure white snow. They seem unchanging, eternal. Yet, they are constantly at work, shaping the world around them. Mountains are not just vast formations of rock. They are the great water towers of the world. Their incredible height allows them to catch the moisture carried by the wind, gathering clouds around their summits like a crown. This is where the story of water, and therefore of life, often begins. It trickles down in tiny streams, gathering force as it descends. Their rocky surfaces, weathered by ice and wind over millennia, slowly break down, releasing essential minerals into the soil and water. These minerals are like vitamins for the earth. They are the architects of the landscape, their slow erosion carving out valleys and shaping the ground upon which forests will one day stand. Even in the most seemingly desolate places, the processes that sustain our world are always at work. The mountains stand in silent, patient majesty, performing their vital role in the great cycle of nature, a role that makes everything else possible. Now, let us descend from the high, rocky peaks and enter the gentle embrace of the forest. The air here changes immediately. It becomes cooler, damper, filled with the rich scent of earth and leaves. Sunlight filters down through a canopy of green, dappling the forest floor in shifting patterns of light and shadow. The wind no longer howls. It whispers through the leaves, creating a soft, rustling music. The trees stand tall and proud, their roots gripping the earth, their branches reaching for the sky. They are the pillars of this green cathedral. A single large tree is an entire ecosystem. It can be home to birds, insects, squirrels, and countless tiny organisms we cannot even see. Every part of the forest is connected. The fungi in the soil form a hidden network, connecting the roots of different trees and helping them share nutrients and information. Seeds fall from the trees above, and in the damp, protected soil they begin to sprout, starting their long journey towards the light. The leaves of the trees take in carbon dioxide from the air, and through the magic of photosynthesis, release the oxygen that we all need to breathe. The vast network of roots also holds the soil together, preventing it from being washed away by rain. This protects the land from erosion and helps to keep our rivers clean and clear. The forest is a testament to the power of cooperation, a place where every living thing has a role to play in the health of the whole community. Our journey now leads us to the river. Born from the melting snow of the mountains and nourished by the rains that fall upon the forests, the river is the lifeblood of the landscape. It begins as a small, hurried stream, tumbling over rocks and carving its way down the mountainside. As it flows, it is joined by other streams, growing in size and strength. It carries the gifts of the mountains and gifts of the forests, distributing life across the land. It deposits nutrient-rich sediment along its banks to create fertile plains where crops can grow. Imagine yourself sitting on the bank of a slow-moving river. The water glides past, reflecting the sky above. Its surface may seem calm, but beneath, there is a world of constant motion: plants, fish, microlife. The river is a connector, linking the highlands with the lowlands, the forests with the fields, and ultimately, the land with the sea. It carries nutrients from the forest and sediment from the mountains, feeding aquatic life and creating rich deltas. Animals come to its banks to drink. Birds swoop down to catch fish. Even the great trees of the forest depend on the river. For humans, rivers have always been central to our existence. We build our towns and cities along their banks, drawing water for drinking, farming, and transport. The river is a generous provider, a constant source of the most precious substance on earth: fresh water. We have now seen the mountain, the forest, and the river individually, but their true magic is how they work together. The mountain is the collector of water. It captures moisture as snow and rain. Without this, the lands below would be dry and barren. The forest acts like a sponge, Roots reach deep to soak water. Leaf litter and soil absorb and hold it. It releases water slowly into streams and rivers, keeping flows steady year-round, even in dry times. The river is the distributor. It carries clean, filtered water across the land, building fertile floodplains ideal for farming. Each part is essential and interdependent. If one part is damaged, the others suffer. Remove forests and rain rushes off mountains, washing soil away and causing floods. The river runs brown and may dry when rains stop. This delicate, powerful connection drives life on land. When the system is healthy, abundance follows. For thousands of years, human cultures all over the world have understood that this connection is more than just a physical process. They have seen it as something sacred. Many have looked upon the high mountains as the homes of gods or spirits. They have seen the deep forests as places of mystery and magic. They have revered the rivers as goddesses of life and fertility. When you stand at the foot of a towering mountain, or in the quiet stillness of an ancient forest, or on the bank of a mighty river, you cannot help but feel that you are in the presence of something greater than yourself. These places connect us to a timescale far beyond our own short lives. To call this bond sacred is to say that it is worthy of our deepest respect and protection. It is to acknowledge that we are not the masters of these systems, but their beneficiaries. We receive the gifts of clean air, fresh water, and fertile soil, and in return, we have a responsibility to ensure that these systems remain healthy and whole. The bond between mountain, forest, and river is not an abstract concept. It is directly connected to the life of every single person on this planet. Our own survival depends on the health of these natural systems. The water we drink often begins as snow on a distant mountain. It is filtered and cleaned by forests, then collected behind reservoirs that supply our cities. From reservoirs to the tap, rivers deposit nutrient-rich sediment on floodplains. The food we eat depends on rivers. When these systems break, soil erosion can turn fertile land into desert. Loss of reliable water can lead to crop failure and famine. That leads to more extreme weather, floods and droughts. The stability of our climate is linked to healthy forests sustained by mountain river systems. We are active participants in this natural drama. Our daily choices, the products we buy, and the policies we support have real impact. Understanding our dependence makes protecting nature a necessity. Protecting these systems is protecting the foundation of our lives and civilization. Protecting these systems is protecting the foundation of our lives and civilization. Understanding our deep connection to the natural world brings with it a gentle but profound responsibility. We are the only species on Earth with the power to protect these systems or to destroy them on a global scale. This power gives us a choice. We can continue on a path of exploitation, or we can choose stewardship and care. It begins with small, thoughtful actions: volunteering, planting trees, fixing leaks, using less. Our responsibility starts with respect. Tread lightly, leave no trace, support protected areas. We can support efforts to create national parks and protected areas, sanctuaries where the sacred bond can remain strong and unbroken. We also have a responsibility to be mindful of our consumption. The demand for timber, paper, and minerals can drive destruction. By recycling, using less, choosing sustainable products, and supporting responsible companies, we can reduce our impact. Every choice is a small vote for the kind of world we want. Support regenerative farming, local food, community action, and policies that protect watersheds and forests. This is not a burden, but a privilege, an opportunity to participate in the great work of healing our planet. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by the challenges facing our planet: deforestation, pollution, melting glaciers, and a changing climate. But there is also great reason for hope. All around the world, people are waking up to the importance of the natural world and taking action. This growing awareness is like the first light of a new dawn, promising a brighter future for our wild places and for ourselves. Nature is incredibly resilient. We have seen rivers once polluted run clean again, forests regrow, and wildlife return when given a chance. By protecting the core systems, the mountains, the forests, and the rivers, and by supporting science and community stewardship, we can restore the health of the planet. The future of these special places is in our hands. Every action matters. Let us carry the images from our journey with us: the silent majesty of the mountains, the life-giving whispers of the forest, and the constant flowing grace of the river. If we act together, with wisdom and care, we can ensure future generations will witness the magic of this sacred bond and drink from clear, life-giving waters. The choice is ours to make.